हेलो फ्रेंड्स। बहुत दिन से मैंने वीडियो अपलोड नहीं किया, तो आज मैं आप लोगों को एक स्पेशल वीडियो दिखाने जा रहा हूँ, जो कि एक यूथ के बारे में होगा, अमेरिकन यूथ। तो फिर इट्स वेरी हार्ड टू नो हाउ द पीपल इन यूएस लिव। वो सब जानने के लिए तो बहुत टाइम लगेगा मुझे, तो इसीलिए मैंने सोचा कि क्यों ना आप यूएस के कोई स्टूडेंट से ही बात क्यों ना करें और क्यों ना उनसे जाने कि उनका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा है। तो फिर टुडे आई एम गोना show you and ask some of the questions to one of my friend from US, and let's know how the people in America live. So you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Mia.
Okay.
I go to CCD here with Tushar. We have English class together.
She's 19.
I'm 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Denver, Colorado.
So Mia, what are your hobbies?
I watch a lot of movies.
Okay.
All movies.
What kind of movies do you like?
Mostly all of them. My favorite movies are True Romance and House of a Thousand Corpses.
Okay.
Which one's a horror movie and one's like a thriller type thing.
So do you know why I called you here right today? In India, we have a huge crowd. So we Indians are very much inspired from the Western culture, but it's always dangerous to know just the half part of something. So people say right, the half knowledge is dangerous. So I wanted the people of India to know about how the people of US lives, how much problems they face, how much independent they are, and of course there's good part too, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to make them understand what do you people do. So that's why I called you here, okay?
Okay.
I want to know about something about your childhood. So can you describe your childhood in 2 or 3 sentences?
2 or 3 sentences.
Yeah.
Okay. I grew up here, a little bit of Chicago.
Okay.
I grew up with my family, my mom, my brother, and my grandma. My grandma and my mom really raised me. My dad, they're divorced.
Okay.
So I would hang out with my dad on the weekends or something. So I wouldn't live with him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really it.
What games do the children of US play?
Ooh, there's a lot of soccer, a lot of sports. In school, we would play tag. You know, tag.
Yeah, I
tag.
know about them. And in India we call it lock and key.
Lock and key.
Yeah.
We call that freeze tag.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, where you freeze someone, and then someone else, I don't remember the rules, but someone else will run up and then tag you again, and then you can move again.
Okay, so basically I heard that the elementary school in US is very fun. So
Yeah.
would you like to describe how the teachers teaches you? What's their way of teaching? How are they? And who was your favorite teacher from your childhood?
Well, okay, I went to a Montessori school. There's different types of schools.
Okay.
Montessori is mainly hands-on learning.
Okay.
So if we had science, we would do experiments or go on a lot of field trips.
Okay.
But it was really good. Our teachers were they would write things down and draw pictures, make us understand by putting it in front of us instead of just reading it to us.
Oh, I see.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of games. So many games for the smallest things.
So the ratio of study and sports will be 50-50% in the elementary school?
Probably, yeah, because we have a whole class. I don't know if you guys have it. It's PE, physical.
Yeah, we do have, but we just have that in once a week,
Oh no, yeah, that's every day.
I see. And what about the homeworks? Are they very much hectic for you guys when you were in the elementary school?
In elementary school, not really. They didn't really give us too much homework. It would be one sheet.
Okay.
And it would have I remember they would have 12 sets of multiplication problems. Only 12, and you just had to do that once a week.
Once a week?
Yeah.
Wow,
very
that's
easy.
amazing. What are the family times and the celebrations you celebrate in US?
Yeah, so my family, we're very small.
Okay.
So we only celebrate a few things with each other.
Okay.
Like Christmas, we do a lot of Christmas, Thanksgiving, where we all get together to go to my aunt's house.
Okay.
And we just eat turkey and just
Mhm.
talk all the time.
Okay, I see. And what about the, like, in India, you know, there are thousands of festivals. So we celebrate, like, right now the Diwali is coming. We call it as the Festival of Lights, and we have a lot of stuff like, you know, Durga Puja, something like that. We are very religious, so, like, you know, we celebrate our family time together. So I just wanted to know if, like, you guys also spend some time, like 5 to 6 times a year or somewhat less.
No,
Not that much?
a lot less.
Okay.
It does depend on the family. I know a lot of religions a lot of holidays stem from religion. So the more religious a family is, the more they would get together.
Okay.
But most people aren't that religious here.
Oh,
so
I guess.
we only celebrate Christmas just to, like, get gifts and give presents.
Okay.
Thanksgiving is just to eat. So it would only be, like, probably 2 times a year.
Okay, so what's the concept of Santa Claus here?
Oh, so he's an old man.
Okay.
And he lives in the North Pole. And he just makes gifts for kids, and he tracks you all year to know if you're good or bad.
Okay.
And if you're good, he brings you a lot of presents. He sneaks into your house at night on the 24th. And then you wake up, there's a bunch of presents under the tree.
Wow,
If
that's
you're
great.
bad, you get coal.
So, like, in what age you guys understand that it was Santa Claus always in your house? There was not someone from outside.
Yeah, so I mean, they would tell us that ever since we were kids and able to understand what Santa Claus is.
Okay.
It was more like when people understood that Santa Claus wasn't real.
Yeah, I just wanted to know in what age, like, you guys know that Santa Claus was not real.
Oh yeah. For most people, it's probably like elementary school,
Okay.
like around 7, I'd say.
So till 7, like, you guys at least had a hint, right, that Santa Claus is real?
Yeah.
So you guys believed in that when you were a child?
Yeah, we would think there was an actual old man who snuck into our houses through our chimneys.
Like, I heard that there's a complete different life when you are in high school, when you get from the middle school to the high school. So tell me, like, 4 parts of high school. I heard that there are 4 years of high school. So can you describe what's the difference between them?
It's really just different grades and what you learn.
Okay.
So the first one is freshman year. That's when you first go in. That's 9th grade.
Okay.
You do the basic stuff. You don't, like, in college you have a choice of what you can do.
Okay.
In high school you don't have a choice of what classes you take.
Okay.
And then the next one is sophomore year, 10th grade.
Okay.
You just take a few more classes. Junior year, 11th grade. That's when it starts to get easier. You get a lot of you get less classes.
Okay, less classes. I see.
Yeah, that's when you start preparing for, like, college stuff too. And then senior year, that's the easiest one. That's 12th grade.
Okay.
And most people have already taken most of their classes. Like, when I took my senior year, I only had 3 classes I had to take.
Only 3 classes? What were those?
Oh, I think I did a film class.
Okay.
Just for fun. And then English and math.
Okay. So the next part is I want to know about the Thanksgiving and the prom nights.
Oh, yeah. So Thanksgiving, I think the story behind it is when the Pilgrims founded the U.S. And then some story, like, they offered them turkey.
What's
and then
that?
It's like the big bird.
Okay.
With the gobble thing and the big feathers.
Okay.
Everyone eats it.
Oh, so it's a kind of dish.
Yeah, it's a dish. We eat it. Yeah.
I see. Okay, so and, like, the Indians are really, really excited about the prom night. So can you describe what happens in the prom night?
Yeah, so on prom night, usually you go in your senior year, so your last year of high school. You dress up so fancy.
Okay.
Like, long dress, black tie event.
Okay.
You go, and it's basically a party at your school. You just listen to a bunch of music.
Okay.
A lot of places have after prom, which is like, it's just an after party where you don't wear the big get-up. And it's just, you just hang out with people. I know at my prom, everyone just got horribly drunk.
Oh my god.
And our theme for the after prom was like circus or something.
Okay.
And then they just did a bunch of games and in the field at my school.
Oh, I see. So, like, the best part of the high school is the prom? You can say like that?
I would would say so, because you don't have to do work or anything. It's just a party with all.
Okay, so you were started working when you were in the high school, right?
I did, yeah.
Okay, so the next is like you mentioned me one day that you got a chance to go to Paris when you were in the high school. Can you describe how these opportunities are given to you by the teachers or something?
Yeah, so it was given to me by my teacher. I took 4 years of French.
Okay.
And in my 4th year, my teacher said, well, I know a few people in Paris. If anyone is interested to go stay there for a little bit and be a student abroad.
Okay.
Really. And so I got that opportunity through my French teacher because I was in the highest class of French.
Oh, I see. So it's like the US gives you every time the opportunity of going outside and exploring, right?
Yeah, sometimes they'll give it to you, sometimes they don't, but a lot of the time it's offered.
So how would you differentiate elementary school with the high school in just one word?
Less work.
Okay.
No work.
So now the stage is different, right? For you, for me. As an adult, the life is very different. When the Americans turn 18 or they graduate from the high school, they have to go out of their house because their parents don't keep them. So can you tell me about this concept in a detail?
Yeah, it does depend on the family, but it does happen a lot the second you turn 18.
Okay.
That's when you're a legal adult. Like, you can vote. That's really it. But you're a legal adult. So a lot of people are like, well, since now my child is an adult, I don't want to pay rent for them anymore. And they want them to go out into the world and be more of an adult, get their own place, get a job, start college, just jump into adulthood. Like, for me, I pay for my own college.
Yeah,
so
I know that.
my family lets me live with them.
Okay.
But if I didn't, I would still be able to live with my family, thankfully, but they would want me to pay rent.
Oh.
So, I mean, for people who are going to college, paying for their own college, and then they get kicked out of their house, it's a lot harder for them to pay rent and make a living because they're paying for school simultaneously.
Okay, so the students get some help from their parents for the schooling?
Sometimes they do.
Okay, I
It
see.
just depends on the people.
What is your idea of being independent adult in US?
I think being an independent adult in the U.S. is just doing things for yourself.
Okay.
Like, for me personally, I chose to go to college. I drive myself here every day. I'm paying for all of it. I'm doing it all on my own. And I think that is, like, the definition of independence. I don't ask my parents for help. I don't ask them for money or anything. I mean, obviously, if they gave me money, I'm not going to say no.
Okay, so what are the works that you have done till now?
Like, my jobs?
Yep.
Ooh, a lot.
Okay.
So many.
The worst and the best job for you till now?
Worst and the best till now. I'd say my best job, I worked in a movie theater when I was 16
Okay.
for about a year, right before COVID hit, and I got free movies every day.
Oh, wow.
So that was my favorite because I like movies a lot. And then my worst job, I would say it was my first job. I got it when I was 14.
Okay.
I was a housekeeper at a hotel.
Oh, wow. So what do you have to do there?
Oh, I had to clean after people.
My
and
God.
Some rooms were horrifying.
So yeah, it's like I said wow when you said that you got your first job on 14, right? Because you know it's very difficult to get a job in 14. You started earning when you were in 14. So how do you see that? Like, was it a beneficial thing for you? Still, you consider it as the worst job, or you think that there was something that meant to make you gain some experience?
Yeah, I do think it was definitely my worst job, but I do think I am glad that I did it because it taught me how to work and it gave me more experience, so it's easier to get more jobs. And it really just taught me how to do good at jobs and get more jobs and be a good worker, basically, and be independent. That's the main thing.
So now the favorite part comes about the adulthood. What about the US parties? What do you do in the US parties? Everybody want to know.
Love them. I've been going to a lot recently.
Okay.
I've been going to CSU, Colorado State University, for frat parties.
What's that?
So a frat is like, it's only in college.
Okay.
It's a bunch of guys basically that have, it's basically a club.
Okay.
Where they just like to party.
Okay.
And they have a house that they all live in, and it's a mess also.
Okay.
It's a horrible mess. and it's just a club where it's for connections, which it is good for connections, but it's mainly to party.
Okay, so what games do you play in the party? I heard that there's a game like you have to flip the, the party cups and all.
Like there's like beer pong.
Okay.
You throw a little ping pong ball into a cup of beer.
Okay.
If you get it, usually the other team has to drink from the whole beer. And there's like a whole line of them. There's one die where it's a bunch of beer cups again, and you throw dice into them, and then you drink it if you lose.
The legal age in US is 21 years, okay?
Yes.
Tell me something that you like about the US and why.
I like the ability to have independence in the US. I do I'm a big independence person. I like doing stuff on my own. I think that's good. I'd say like the freedom, as basic as it is. The freedom is nice.
So yeah, I just wanted everybody to know about something that I appreciate you. Like I and you were talking that day about your skill of fixing cars.
Yes.
What's your height?
I'm 5 foot.
You're 5 foot, right?
Yes.
What's your weight?
95.
95, right? So, for that kind of student, it's very tough to do the fixing car because cars are very huge, right?
Yes.
So, what do you think about your skill about that?
Oh, I'm so happy I have it. I know I was telling you that my car is really old, so it likes to break down a lot. And I'm so thankful that when I get a flat tire, which I get a lot of flat tires, I can just hop in the back, change my flat tire, and then keep going. I mean, I'm not a mechanic, so I don't know much, but I do know the basic stuff. There was one time when my power steering pump blew up, took a few things out with it, so I had to learn how to fix that. So it's nice. It's definitely hard at first, given, like you said, my weight and my height, because cars are very heavy. But the more I do it, the better I am at it.
So that was something that you learned from your father, right?
He was a mechanic.
Then she should not keep the number of any mechanic or something, because she can do it by herself.
I've never gone to a mechanic.
Yeah, that's the best part. I appreciate it. Do you call yourself as a successful person till now?
I'd say so.
Okay.
Even though I'm not making tons of money. Like I told you earlier, I'm going to college on my own because I chose to. And I figured out how to do it all by myself. I have a few years already paid off.
Yeah.
And I did it all by myself, so I would call that successful.
Okay, so definitely I would call you as a successful person because you are just 19. You have a lot of job experience till now. You own a car by yourself. You pay your tuition bills by yourself. You bought an iPhone for yourself. You have everything for yourself. So that's definitely a example of a successful student, right? To ask you is, what's your aim in life?
Ooh, so job-wise, I want to be a forensic psychologist. So I'm a psychology major. I'm going to have to go get my master's in forensic psychology specifically. And I just want to work with incarcerated people, learn about their brains. That's what I really want to do job-wise.
Okay, so not thinking about the film industry or something like that?
No, I just enjoy watching movies and knowing about movies.
Okay, not as a professional, right?
No, no.
What do you know about India and about the Indians? Do you know anything about them?
I don't know much, I'll admit that. But I mean, I don't really think I know anything bad. I know that it's very populated. There's a ton of people.
Okay.
I think there's something with cows. Is that
yeah,
true?
that's
Okay.
true. We call cow as our, the Indians believe that cow is their mother. So we do puja of the cow. We pray, right?
Okay.
We pray the god. So we believe that the cow is our god. So that's something that the Hindu religions believe.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, I knew generally about that. I didn't know too many details about it though.
Next question of me will be the last question. What do you like about the interview today? What was your favorite question from this interview?
I liked the one about parties. That one was really funny, and I'm glad I could tell you about it.
Yeah, a lot of people will be watching and they will be, I want to go to the party too.
Yeah, they're fun. They're really fun.
Yep, a lot of Indians are adapting the Western culture. But today the goal of my video was to let them understand that there is not only party, right? There is a lot of hard work that the US people do.
Yeah.
Give just one message for the Indians that you want them to understand how the life of the US people are.
There's so much fun.
Okay.
But there's so much work behind it, like you said. It's so fun. You just have to. It's like social life and work life balance. You gotta figure that out.
So you don't have any time to like spend idly, right? You can't waste your time.
Really.
Time is really precious,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Thank you, Mia, for being with me in this interview. I hope like everybody will like this video. Of course they will. And thank you for giving your time. I hope you'll have a successful life. And
Thank
glad
you.
to see you here. Thank you, guys.